Welcome back to Just the Facts, y'all. My name is Jimmy, and today I got a special guest doing an interview today with Travon. Travon, welcome to the show, man. Tell them a little bit about yourself and whatnot before we get this thing going.
All right, man. I appreciate you having me. As I said, my name is Travon Harris. I'm a free agent. I play football. I just recently graduated in this past December from University of Missouri Western State University, and before that, I went to junior college in Scottsdale, Arizona. And then my freshman and sophomore year, I went to the University of Louisville. So I had a nice little journey.
Yeah, you did have a journey, man. So you started off at Louisville for 2 years. I know we had briefly talked about this before. Um, how was it being like in that D1 like space and like the lifestyle and going to football, going to class and all that, like just how was that like in general?
The lifestyle is cool, man. Coming in, I was 17, going on 18, like in the middle, in between. So it was like, for me, like it was a big culture shock at first because I've always been like, I wasn't in that realm yet. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing all the people, how big the experience was, or like it's hard to explain, or pretty much like the how big like football was at the school. It's totally different coming from a small high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, classes. I mean, for me, like high school to college, it was different. Because high school, I mean, I did well. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't really have to try. You know what I'm saying? When it came to college, I had to really try and I had to be organized. I
Yeah.
wasn't used to like doing everything on my own. Everything was just like kind of like given to me in a sense. So it was different for sure.
Yeah, that's yeah. um so were you from like that area, like Louisville and
Yeah,
whatnot?
so I'm from I'm from Louisville. I was raised there.
Okay.
My family's from Chicago, so yeah, that's how that happened. My family decided they want to move out, to better environment, to raise a family. So
Yeah.
that's how.
Okay. And how was balancing like on the field stuff versus like academics? 'Cause I know that was tough. I played basketball in high school, but that's just like a small sample size of like what y'all go through. So it's like I can only imagine the stuff y'all be going through, trying to having to balance school and football and then personal life and social life stuff like that. And it's like it's tough, man.
No, it's definitely tough because I'm gonna break you down like I break down like a regular day. So wake up around 5 o'clock in the morning. You'll have a lift. Lift be at like 5:30, 5:45. You'll get there. You'll go to your lift. You go through the whole lift process. After your lift, you go eat, and then from where you go eat, you either go to class or you go to study tables. One of the two. I had class, so I'll go straight from workouts to class. So from there, I'll be in class from around, I want to say, from that point on, like a 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, all the way till around 1:30, and then from there, from I'll be headed to the back to the stadium, for practice. Be like 2:25 or so. We'll be in meetings from that point on, always like 3:30, 3:35, and then from that point we'll get ready for practice. Practice starts around like 4, and then practice. We go through a whole practice script, whatever. Be there for a good 2 hours. Get done around like 6, maybe 5, 6. And then from that point on, you got study tables. You know what I'm saying? So you'll be there. You'll have the tutors. Stuff doing your homework. You'll be there doing your homework. So you'll be there for a good minute. You gotta get at least what 4 to 5 hours a week in study tables. So
Yeah.
and then from there, you either do extra work, or you'll eat, or you'll do whatever you need to do, and then you'll be chilling and just repeat. That's how it goes.
Yeah. I was about to say, man, do y'all even have time to eat?
I mean, when we like, yeah, we had time to eat because like the plate, like the facility and stuff, they have food, they have like food and stuff for us, to eat
Okay.
like during the process. So it's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? It's just we don't, what I'm saying? It's like it's kind of like being a robot in the sense. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't really have time to just do your own thing. You do, but you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like it's funny thing is like coaches, they'll be like, oh, today's an off day, or today's optional. There's no off days. There's no optional. You're still going to be doing something at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Always something.
Yeah.
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 So with you being at Louisville and whatnot, you told me that you was there, around the time Lamar Jackson was there, Jaire
Hmm.
Alexander, guys like that. So, obviously those guys are like in the NFL, Pro Bowlers, stuff like that.
Right.
How was it being around like those type of guys with that high end talent, on a day to day basis? Well, first of all, tell them what position you played because I don't think you mentioned that.
Yeah. So I haven't mentioned it. So when I was so crazy thing. So throughout my whole high school, I mean, from I was young to high school, I played running back. When I got to University of Louisville, I got switched to slot receiver. So it was different. It was a change for me. But I'm back at playing running back now. But I technically do both. But I'm more comfortable at running back.
Being on the same like offense with Lamar and then watching Jair on the other side and whatnot, like just going to that and like how they were and like just being around those type of dudes.
Yeah. So Lamar, like he's a different dude, man. Like he don't like I don't like explaining it, but like he's just on the field. You just see you just feel his presence. You see his presence, and then like on off the field, bro, he's cool. Like he don't do much. He majority of the time he was in his room. He was like or playing the game or chilling. He didn't really go out much. He really he stayed out the way. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't really like out there like that. And he was just a cool dude. Like so I remember a couple of times like we was play fighting in the locker room, whatever. Just goofing off. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I mean, Jaire. So Jaire, he's really cool dude. In practice, me and him used to actually go like one on one a lot because like
That's
I
dope.
did I did scout because I redshirted. So it was cool. Me and him became got a nice little bond while I was there. He got close to one of my friends that I was just hanging around too. He's a great dude off the field and on the field. On the field, he's that dude, man. Like you see what he's doing now, so he's a great guy, 100%.
Yeah. So like I would imagine like Lamar has like that kind of magnetic personality, like good leader, those type of qualities. That's just what I
Mm-hmm.
see like, obviously from a distance, but was that how it was kind of like?
Yeah, like of course, like the 100%, like he was a leader for like first things first. You know what I'm saying? But like it was just one of those things like he didn't really have to say much. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like little things here and there. Like he'll say it and everybody pay attention type. You know what I'm
Yes, he was one of them that led by his actions, that's for sure.
saying?
That Heisman
Yeah.
season was crazy.
Yeah. That's mainly how he approached everything. He just led by example, led with his actions. He was really like he was vocal, but he wasn't like like super duper vocal. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just like I'm gonna show you.
Yeah. Okay. That's really dope, man. Hopefully he gets his money because he deserves it. That's all I gotta say right now. But
He's gonna get his money 100%,
yeah,
man.
he
He's
gonna
gonna get
get
it.
it. Yeah, he should. Um, you said you played slot a little bit at Louisville,
Hmm.
but your main position was like running back. That's where you felt like most comfortable and whatnot.
Right.
So how was it like kind of switching positions and how is it overall just being like I guess of like a versatile player when it comes to football? Because I know it's tough. It has its benefits, but it has its kind of downfalls as well. So you gotta,
Yeah. Downfalls. Hmm. So I mean, like, so come out of high school, like I already dabbled in both in a sense. Like for example, I played on travel 7-on-7 teams. So like I did slot receiver stuff, and I did some defense stuff too. Like I played all around, you know what I'm saying? But so it wasn't really that bad of a transition. What the transition for me mainly was like the route running, you know what I'm saying? Like I can run routes, you know what I'm saying, but it wasn't like I wasn't the best at it, you know what I'm saying? And then like
yeah,
I can catch really well for a running back, you know what I'm saying? But I had to really work on my hands to be able to catch like a receiver. There's a difference. There's a difference between being he's a running back that can catch rather than he's a receiver. You know what I'm saying? That's two different things. So
yeah.
those things it took time. Like
How do you think like I guess coaches, the media, when you're looking from the outside looking in, like general managers looking in on like a guy like Debo Samuel who kind of does like everything. Like how are
mhm.
like how did you think like they're multifaceted players like that are like kind of perceived?
So it honestly it depends on the coaching staff. At the end of the day, like certain coaching staffs, they love that. They love a guy that can do multiple things because they can put on multiple places, and it's hard to to cover the guy or to get to pin the guy down. You know what I'm saying? But the downfalls of it is like there's certain coaches where they don't know what to do with it because they don't know where to put you. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it can hinder you. It can hinder you too. So you know what I'm saying? Like for me, for example, when I was at my old college, like I mean, the reason why I just graduated from like being able to do both kind of hindered me in a way because like I was always switching back and forth, back and forth. Like I never got comfortable in one place. You know what I'm saying? So I was never able to like solidify myself. If that makes sense.
With a guy like Debo Samuel, do you think like a reason why he's not getting his money as of right now is because he is a multifaceted player? So it's like he really was a receiver like coming out of college and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But he can come out the backfield, he can do kick returns, punt returns, stuff like that too.
All right.
So it's like he has a lot of value, but it's like I guess what general managers and people will say is like, oh, he's not great at one thing, but he's good at everything. You know what I mean?
Right. And the thing is, it's crazy because that's actually I can say that's actually bad to say that's a possibility. That's why he's not getting his money. But if it was up to me, that would be a reason to give him his money. You know what I'm saying? Because he does everything. Like
Yep.
that's a guy. That's a guy that you should want. You know what I'm saying? That's not a guy you should be like, um, he can't. He's not good at just one thing, so we're not gonna give him his money. Like I think that's ridiculous. But people think mysterious ways like they're backwards. So I don't know.
Switching back over to like college football and whatnot.
hmm
When you were in college, this wasn't really around, but now 2022 is around, and NIL deals was being spread around all across the place.
hmm
What are your thoughts on the NIL and like how it's affecting college football, especially like the transfer portal? Because it's like it's pretty much free agency at that point. Like you give them the most
hmm
money, they'll go to your school.
Yeah. So my take on I love the fact that the NIL deal is out there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you if you think about it, like there's a lot of college athletes that like once they're done or like when they're injured and stuff like that, they don't really get anything in return. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with the NIL deals, okay, it's like okay, I got this platform, I'm here, so therefore I can make money while I'm here. You know what I'm saying? If I don't make it, or if I don't, or something happens to me, I have something to fall back on. You know what I'm saying? It's like an insurance policy, in my opinion. Like that's why I like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
As to the transfer portal, it's pros and cons to it. Like I like the fact that people can just transfer at will, but at the same time, it makes it to where people are like college athletes are like, okay, say they're there for a year, things don't go their way, they automatically enter the portal. Like they don't give it a chance, they don't give it like a second thought. It's like okay, I'm going here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's creating weak minded individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like back then we didn't have the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like if things didn't work out, we had to fight through it. You know what I'm saying? You had
Stick
to
it
find a
out.
way. Yeah. It's like now they have that outlet, you know what I'm saying, which is not bad because certain athletes can be in a bad situation with certain coaches. You know what I'm saying? Like the coach, like I know for a fact, like there's the athletes out there that the coaches they get their coaches tell them something, they'll tell them something, and then they don't get what they're telling them, or they treat them as a different way. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. Like I'm gonna tell you this. For the recruiting process in college, can make you literally have trust issues with everybody.
Mm. Why you say that?
Like, because it's just like they tell you what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you get there, you're expecting all of this. You're expecting for them to treat you the way they were coming about, and it's like when you get there, it's totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like it's complete trust. It's like trust issues. They'll tell you something in front of your face, like okay, we want you here and here, and then next minute they don't they not you're not playing. You're like, why? You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. It's literally
Yeah,
like a mental toughness deal. Like you gotta have tough skin. That's for sure.
yeah. And I don't feel like it's kind of turning into like a business now, to where it's like, you know, these schools are going to do what's going to benefit them at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And
Right.
like sometimes that might come at the expense of the player, and
Mm-hmm.
and what he thinks and how he feels. So that's the messed up part about it. But I do obviously agree with the fact that college athletes should be getting paid, because like you mentioned, like in the beginning, like the schedule is like it has to be like on point. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like a job in a sense. You know what I mean?
So
You have
yeah.
to do all these things, go to practice,
Mm-hmm.
go to team meetings, and then you're back to class. Going back and forth and all that. And it's like I got a little taste of that in high school, but it's like I can't even imagine you being at university, D1 football, and having to go through all this and not getting no type of compensation for it. And especially with football, because the injuries can, hit at any time and end your career
Right.
pretty much on one play. So
Right.
that is definitely like a good thing that they instituted. But the fact that, you know, dudes can just go on the transfer portal at any given notice is kind of, it doesn't sit too well with me. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
go and, go to where, the best opportunity is for you. But at the same time, it's like you said, some guys, they should stick it out a little bit longer depending on the situation, of course.
Right.
And it's creating more weak-minded individuals. People just think athletes, I feel like, are thinking more and more that they should get anything that they want. And that's not really how life itself works.
Right.
But it's kind of like it's an interesting dynamic. So
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. For example, like I think I seen something that said that there was before spring semester ended, there was like all like 50 like 100 and like 110 150. I might be exaggerating, but it was like 120 maybe college athletes in the portal still or something outrageous like that. And I'm just like, bro, it's not even enough D1 teams even pick up all those players. It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, it's crazy world we live in now. I want to ask this. You obviously started out for Louisville, and then you found out it wasn't for you really, so you kind of downscaled in a way, but for the better for you and your career and whatnot. So what I feel like a lot of athletes feel like they have to be D1, they have to stick it here,
Hmm.
to where they're not taking their pride out the way and like kind of going where it suits better for them.
Right. So for me, I I pretty much had no choice but to downgrade. Honestly, um, I pretty much I tore my Achilles when I was at Louisville.
Okay.
So in that process, I was trying to get a complete withdrawal from my classes, so it wouldn't hurt my GPA and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
I didn't get that complete withdrawal, so my GPA had suffered because I couldn't go to class, I couldn't do it, I couldn't like really participate in work. You know what I'm saying? This was before they had like Zoom and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying, to accommodate. You feel what I'm saying? So I was pretty much screwed, and I had no choice but to go to a junior college to get my grades back up.
It definitely is obviously a different like a different dynamic.
Hmm.
D2, JUCO, stuff like that. I just want athletes to know it's like, D1 is cool and all, but if it's not for you just yet, then I feel like going JUCO or D2 and then work your way back up.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all.
All good. I only had like one more question for you.
Okay.
So it's all good. Um the last thing I wanted to really ask was like, what is your advice to like aspiring college athletes? Don't even have to just be D1, just um aspiring college athletes just in general, whether it be, academics, um, athletics, a mindset to have going into it and whatnot.
I mean, honestly, the mindset to have is just no matter what happens, keep your head down and keep going. You just got to like that's the mindset I have, and I've always had. I'm driven. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what's happened in my life, I've always told myself that I'm gonna get through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I it's one of the things you gotta want. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really want something, you really want to do something, you're gonna do whatever is needed to do to get to that place. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that's honestly all the advice I can give. To be honest, like just go hard.
Go hard, yeah. Yeah, whatever you want, it's gonna come to you. You got to put in the work, man.
Facts.
But yeah, I appreciate you have being on the show, man. This was a good experience for me. Building myself up. And you know, it's an honor to have you on, man.
Appreciate
You
it, man.
know, appreciate you for sure.
No problem, man.
Anyways, y'all, I'm wrapping this up. It's my boy Travon Harris. Salute to you, man. With that being said, y'all like, comment, share this video and stuff like that, man. And other than that, I'm out. Peace.
Peace.